Hello and welcome to the local Lafourche. My name is Cody Gray, President and CEO of Louisiana's Cajun Bayou Tourism, the tourist commission for Lafourche Parish. And we're excited to have you join us here today on a new episode of the local Lafourche, where each month we take you up and down our beautiful bayou to show you all of the new and exciting things that are happening right here in your own backyard. So getting started today, we're going to start with something to do in Louisiana's Cajun Bayou. And it's hard to believe that 3 years ago this month, Hurricane Ida made landfall in Lafourche Parish. Many of our local businesses and our tourism partners have continued to rebuild and recover and are coming back stronger than ever. One example of that is the Bayou Lafourche Folk Life and Heritage Museum, who recently reopened their doors in Lockport. This museum features exhibits, artifacts, and is a great museum that presents the diverse history of life here on the bayou. But don't just take my word for it. Joining me here today is Mr. Charles Gobert and Miss Dee Dee Gobert with the Bayou Lafourche Folk Life and Heritage Museum. Thanks for joining.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So we're very excited to see this museum reopen in Lockport. But before we get into all of that, tell us a little bit about the museum. I know it's run by volunteers. You have a great board of directors. Tell us a little bit about the museum and how that really came to be.
Actually, it started 30 years ago.
Wow.
When Dee Dee and 4 of her female friends got together and thought about, let's open up a museum. Mm-hmm. And so there was the Merchant Bank, and then became the Louisiana Lockport Electric, then became LP&L, and then Energy. So these women got together with the help of Eugene Go, and they were able to get the building donated to us.
Oh, wow.
And that's how we got started in 1994.
Wow.
And Dee Dee's been there since the beginning. And I showed up after I retired, and we shut down Valentine Paper.
Okay. I
had to find something to do. So the ladies there were happy to see me come and said, okay, we need a little manpower.
That's right.
That's what I did. I went there, went here, carried this, carried that. And we started expanding what we had, which was the original exhibit when you walked in, which told you about how life was along the bayou in Lockport in the 1910s.
Okay.
And so then we were able to do the other rooms, which we did the Mardi Gras exhibit, promoting the Lockport crew, the Apollo crew. Then we went upstairs and we did tools and appliances and things that were in people's homes back in the early 1910s. And then my baby, I was able to set up an exhibit on Valentine pulp and paper from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
And then we had a temporary exhibit downstairs that would change every 2 years. So we decided, let's try to do something that could stay a little longer.
Sure.
So one room we put music and dance halls up and down the bayou, and the other room we have duck carvings from Mr. Wade LeBlanc.
Yes.
We were fortunate to get that donated to us. And once we found out Holy Savior School was being shut down, and of course, I'm a 1960 graduate of Holy Savior.
Yeah.
Dee Dee's a 1963 graduate of Holy Savior. We went to them and said, hey, what are you going to do with all the stuff in the office? And we would like to set up an exhibit.
Right.
And if you're worried about maybe wanting some of it back, we'll set it up as a temporary. But we're hoping that's going to become a permanent.
I hope so too. It's a beautiful exhibit. I saw it whenever y'all had the reopening.
The reopening.
Yeah.
And we're able to tie in the opening of that exhibit along with the reopening of the museum 2 weeks ago.
Wonderful.
And that has already sparked a lot of interest from the graduates of Holy Savior.
Yeah.
In fact, in the last 2 weeks, we all had the class of 1966 who came.
Oh, wow.
We gave them a special time to come, and They spent the whole afternoon. They didn't want to leave.
Well, good. Well, we're glad. That's what we want them to do. We want them to stay there. So, Miss
Yes.
Dee Dee, I'm going to switch to you real quick. I know y'all recently had the reopening there. It was a great event. The museum is several stories. So, give us a little rundown about what people can expect if they're going to tour the museum, and tell us when you all are actually open.
Well, we're open on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 to 4.
Okay.
Last tour is at 3 because it takes about an hour to go through
It's a
everything.
pretty large museum.
With questions and comments that people want to make about, oh, I remember this, and, we did it that way. And so we had about a little over 100 people who signed in at our grand reopening. And I think it was, the number was greater than that because not everybody signed in. But so we're off to a good start.
It is.
And we're glad to be back. We are
Well,
really-
yeah, we're glad to have you back. I know it's been a long time coming, and I know, issues with COVID and obviously with Hurricane Ida, but
Right.
it's a great cultural asset for our parish and absolutely for Lockport
Yes.
as well. So if people want to learn more about the museum, or if they want to, share some of your stuff that you're putting on social media, where can they go and find that?
Well, our website is bayoufolklife.org.
Okay.
I think that's also our Facebook page and our LinkedIn page too. Not LinkedIn. Charles, what is the pictures?
Instagram.
Instagram. Thank you.
Yes.
So, go there and look us up. We're open on Tuesdays and Thursdays now from 10 to 4.
Okay.
Again, like I said, last exhibit is at 3.
Okay.
And we would love to have people come.
Absolutely. Well, we encourage everybody to go check out the grand reopened museum. It's awesome. Thank you both for being here and sharing with everybody about this great cultural asset.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. And we'll be right back with another segment of the local Lafourche.
You gotta try this. And some of those. Ooh, and definitely that. You won't be disappointed, but just know you can only get it here. Up and down Louisiana's Cajun Bayou in Lafourche Parish. Y'all come visit. We're just 35 miles south of New Orleans. Hungry? Let's eat!
Welcome back to the local Lafourche. Well, it's hard to believe that 3 years ago already, Louisiana's Cajun Bayou set out to reconnect our Acadian roots while promoting our unapologetically Cajun culture. A partnership was started between our tourism office and the Acadian regions of Nova Scotia called Acadian to Cajun, 2 countries, 1 culture. And that partnership culminates this year with the Congrès Mondial Acadien, which is the World Acadian Congress and the largest gathering of Acadians anywhere in the globe. Only happens every 5 years. And Louisiana's Cajun Bayou will be there to promote Lafourche Parish and visitation to our unapologetically Cajun destination. Here to tell you more about how we will be involved and more about our partnership is Ian Wallace, Sales and Marketing Manager for Louisiana's Cajun Bayou Tourism. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Cody. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So let's just go ahead and jump right into this. Tell us a little bit about the background of Acadian to Cajun and that partnership with those Acadian regions of Nova Scotia.
Absolutely. So this is a project that we started back in 2021 where we aim to, like you said, reconnect our Cajun and Acadian roots. But because for those that don't know, and most people do because they've got the ancestry research behind them now, a lot of the people in Lafourche Parish can trace their ancestry back to parts of Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Atlantic Canada. So for us as a CVB and a tourism organization, we aimed to reestablish and reconnect those roots with those in Nova Scotia. And that is why we started the From Acadian to Cajun partnership. And today I brought with you a little Acadian flag to represent the Acadian culture.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it's an amazing program that we started back in 2021. And we are going up to Nova Scotia again at the end of this week to celebrate the Congrès Mondial Acadien, or like you said, the world's largest gathering of the Acadian people.
Absolutely. And so it's set to be a really great time. It's going to be thousands and thousands of people. And it's spread out in multiple different towns, multiple different cities, and kind of a rural setting. There's a lot of different programming going on. Tell us a little bit about what people can expect at it's abbreviated as CMA. So if I say CMA, everybody watching at home, that means the Congrès Mondial Acadien. Tell us a little bit about CMA and kind of that week-long celebration that's happening.
Yeah, so I am excited to ring in CMA 2024. We leave on Friday, and basically it is a week-long, a little over a week-long celebration of the Acadian people. And it welcomes people from all across the world. People from Louisiana I know are going up there. People from France will be there. People from Nova Scotia, Canada, they'll all be in attendance. And so they've got programs set up throughout the week, different activations throughout in the different cities. It's hosted in the regions of Clare, Argyll, and Yarmouth. And for our organization, we will be there to promote Louisiana's Cajun Bayou at a number of different events. So one of those events is La Change, which is sort of like a convention. It invites people in to kind of look at the trade booths that they got set up. We'll have a booth set up. We'll be handing out local information, stuff about Louisiana's Cajun Bayou, encouraging people to want to travel down our way and reconnect their heritage and their roots. But at the same time, we will also be taking part. There's an opening ceremony at the University of St. Anne.
Yep.
So we'll be taking part in that. And then National Acadian Day, which will be taking place on August 15th. There's a big festival taking place in Yarmouth. And that is specifically why I bring this little cowbell with me. It's encouraged to make noise, to celebrate, and embrace the Acadian culture.
Absolutely, and that's exactly what we are trying to do here in Lafourche Parish. I know Parish President Archie Chasson just recently issued a proclamation here in Lafourche Parish for Acadian Heritage Day in Lafourche on August 15th as well, kind of the counterpart to that National Acadian Day in Canada, and we're very grateful for Lafourche Parish Governor Archie Chasson to recognize that cultural connection here. So you mentioned, of course, we're doing a booth at L'Exchange, but there's also another event that we are hosting with some of our Canadian partners up there. Tell us a little bit about that special event on the Tuesday.
Yep, absolutely. And just to go back, Acadian Heritage Day, we want to thank the Lafourche Parish government, Archie Chasson, the council, for recognizing Acadian Heritage Day again this year. But on Tuesday, August 13th, we'll be bringing Cajun Music Jam to Nova Scotia. So as part of the festival, you can see there we'll be hosting a Cajun Music Jam night. We have partnered with a local restaurant in the town of Saulnierville, Nova Scotia, called La Cuisine Robichaud. We're very good friends with the chef up there and his family. So we're hosting a Cajun Music Jam night. If you're familiar with the concept, we do have a program on the first and third Wednesday night at Gina's at the Legion. They host a Cajun Music Jam. It's through the Cajun Music Preservation Society. So we are bringing that up to Nova Scotia with us. We're encouraging people that are attending the festival to stop in, play some Cajun music. We'll be sitting around enjoying. They've got great food at the restaurant. You can learn to play Cajun music. You just sit in and listen. It's really open for anyone and everyone. So
Absolutely.
We encourage people to attend this special event that we're hosting up there.
It'll be great. I think that it's really cool that Louisiana's Cajun Bayou has its own special event during all the programming that's going on during CMA. And it's really a testament to our partners in Nova Scotia that are very willing and open to promote not only South Louisiana and Louisiana overall, but promote specifically those Acadian regions here in Louisiana. We're very appreciative of that. Yes. So if people want to learn more about our Acadian to Cajun partnership, or maybe just want to learn a little bit more about the Congrès Mondial Acadien, where can they go and learn more about it?
Absolutely. So if you go on our website, lacajunbayou.com, right in our About section, there is a specific page that talks about From Acadian to Cajun, that partnership. It's easy to access. But yeah, CMA 2024, looking forward to it, and should be a good time.
Absolutely. We look forward to represent Lafourche Parish and taking it all the way up to Nova Scotia. Thanks for being here, Ian. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Cody.
And we'll be right back with more of the local Lafourche.
You gotta try this and some of those. Ooh, and definitely that. You won't be disappointed, but just know you can only get it here. Up and down Louisiana's Cajun Bayou in Lafourche Parish. Y'all come visit? We're just 35 miles south of New Orleans. Hungry? Let's eat!
Welcome back to today's final segment. Well, there's a lot of new things happening in Louisiana's Cajun Bayou and a lot of new things that are coming up. So we have back on this next segment our sales and marketing manager, Mr. Ian Wallace, who is going to join me in talking about some new restaurants, some new boat launches, and some upcoming fall festivals and events. Thanks for coming back on.
Yeah, thank you for having me again, Cody. It's an exciting time in Lafourche Parish.
You're getting to be a regular around here now.
Yeah, I mean, I might even take your spot in the next episode. I don't know.
Who knows? You might be a guest host.
Yeah.
But so let's talk a little bit about some new restaurants we have coming in Lafourche Parish that have opened their doors here in the last month or so, some as recent as last week. There's quite a few new ones that kind of range the gamut on menu items. So tell us a little bit about some new dining experiences that people can experience in Lafourche Parish.
Yeah, absolutely. And I should just say, as my role as sales and marketing manager, it is my goal to work with these restaurants very closely and all these new things that we have coming up. So I'm very excited to talk about a few new places that have opened. Starting off with Artemis, it is located in the Carmel Inn in Thibodaux. It serves Greek and Italian food, and it's a great little local spot right in the Carmel Inn. So if people want to get their fix of Greek and Italian food, that is a good option for them there. We also have Jude's Hot Chicken and Shrimp, which opened up on North Canal Boulevard. So for those looking for chicken and shrimp, like, I've heard that the crunch of the chicken that you get at Jude's is unmatched.
I know,
so
that's what I hear.
That is also another great restaurant for us that people should go out and try out. And then the other one is not necessarily a new restaurant, but we do have a returning restaurant that's opening its doors for the first time since 2022. Alumni Grill in Thibodaux, right on LA1, has reopened following a fire that they had in 2022. They were able to rebuild, and I know every time I pass by there now, the line out the door is insane. So for those looking to go to Alumni Grill, they are back open again, and we're excited to have them up as a restaurant.
No, we're very excited for them to come back. I know that's been a long time coming. And, you know, from right there, people can go and have Greek and Italian. One of the only Greek and Italian places really in this area. You have Greek and Italian, you can do hot chicken and shrimp, and you can get your local favorites at Alumni Grill. So we're glad to have these new options coming to Lafourche Parish. But some of the newer things, maybe migrating down the bayou, there's been some new developments down there as well, especially if you love the outdoors, kayaking, fishing. Tell us a little bit about what's happening down in Leeville.
Yeah, and so what we do best in Lafourche Parish is our outdoor recreation. You know, we have Bayou Lafourche. It's a great resource for people to want to go out, kayak, paddleboard, take their boat out, go fishing. So down in Leeville, they recently reopened the Leeville Boat Launch and Fishing Pier. So if you have a family or you're just looking to get outside and enjoy the sportsman's paradise that is Louisiana, head on down to Leeville. They've got a fantastic fishing pier that's out there. Easy to fish right off the dock there. And then the boat launches provide easy access into the bayou, into the Gulf, and provide a great resource for people. So we've got that one there, and then Melodia Boat Launch recently just had their ribbon cutting.
That's right.
About a couple months ago now, well, recently.
Yeah.
And they've got a great boat launch. I was there yesterday, taking some pictures and some videos for them. It's got ample space to be able to launch your boat into the bayou. The boat launch there is huge. And then alongside that, they've got like a little dock next to it where it's easy to launch a kayak or a paddleboard. But basically, those are two examples of new outdoor recreation places that people can go out and enjoy the bayou.
And we're happy to see all that bayou development. I know, like the fishing pier and that boat launch down in Leeville has been one of the Hurricane Ida projects, we just had a segment talking about recovery of our local tourism attractions. That's another prime example right there, coming back. And we appreciate, the parish government again, FEMA, everybody who had a hand in bringing that great resource back to the Leeville area. So, and then finishing up our What's New segment here, maybe not new, but it's a new season coming up. We're moving into autumn, even though it may not feel like it, we're moving into it, which means fall festivals and events are returning, and we're excited to see it. So give us a little rundown on what's happening coming up with fall festivals and events.
Yep. There is no shortage of good times when it comes to the fall in Louisiana's Cajun Bayou. If your social schedule is bare now, just wait until you see the upcoming events that we have in September, October, and November of this year in Lafourche Parish. And you can see there, that's our calendar of events. You can find it on lacajunbayou.com, the calendar of events section there. But basically, we have a food for every single person in Louisiana and outside of our great state. So we've got events like the Fall Arts Walk in downtown Thibodaux, the Hurricane Festival at the Cutoff Youth Center, La Fête des Beaux Temps, and you'll appreciate my pronunciation on that one. That one is at our Visitor Center in Raceland. We also have the Louisiana Gumbo Festival, Acadia Music Fest featuring Nelly, very popular national artist there, the French Food Festival, Monsters on Main if you want to celebrate Halloween, and then we've also got the Barbecue and Bourbon on the Bayou Festival, Thibodauxville, and Big Boys Main Street Cook-Off. And it is a new season of Nicholls State University football. So we've got some great home games coming up in Thibodaux at the John L. Guidry Stadium at Nicholls State University. So like I said, it is a great time to come to Lafourche Parish. The weather is hopefully going to start getting cooler out here so we can enjoy being outside and enjoy the company that we have here in the parish. So yeah, it's going to be a good time.
It will be. It'll be a great time. Well, Ian, thanks for coming on for our What's New segment and giving everybody a good rundown of what's happening in Lafourche Parish.
Happy to help, Cody.
Absolutely. And that's a wrap for today's show. But before you go, we encourage you to visit lacajunbayou.com or follow along on our social media channels at LA Cajun Bayou. From all of us at Louisiana Cajun Bayou Tourism, thanks for tuning in. We'll see you back here again next month for a brand new episode of the local Lafourche.
You gotta try this. And some of those. Ooh, and definitely that. You won't be disappointed, but just know you can only get it here. Up and down Louisiana's Cajun Bayou in Lafourche Parish. Y'all come visit. We're just 35 miles south of New Orleans. Hungry? Let's eat!